back, okay? We're back. And we're not back as a family of two. No, we are back as a family of three. Yeah. That is what happened the past a couple of days. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everyone? How are you doing? How are you doing? Hopefully everyone is good. Everyone is good. Thanks. Oh boy. I saw, I believe 316. I don't know. Maybe it's more now. I didn't check, but I saw 316 comments on the previous video. I did not yet have found the time, or so to speak, I guess more like priority to comment. However, as I always do, I will comment to every comment. So it might take me a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks to reply to your comment below that video, but it's gonna happen one day. It's gonna happen one day. Welcome everyone. And thanks for the congrats here, and cheers. Maybe a band-aid. We got the notifications up and running as well. Yo, what's up, Jason? Hope you're good in America, the other side of the world. Yo, look at everyone coming in. Welcome, guys. Colin, Sean, Buckstonis, Andrea, VE, Endemic, U-Sport. Good to have you guys here. I hope everything is excellent with the new Koens members. Yeah, she is doing very well. I'll talk a little bit about the experience past couple of days, of course. I'll probably first jump into what happened on the chart, current analysis, and then do a little bit of story time. But thanks everyone for popping in, and almost, by the way, reaching 22,000 subscribers. Like, I don't know how, but the subscribers kept growing as I was not here for the past few days. Maybe I should go AFK. No, like it's previous content, but we're 21 subscribers away from 22K, which is absolutely insane. But yo, Kevin, Charbel, Legendario, welcome. Buckstonis, I see a question coming in. Hold on to the thought of the question, as I will go into the questions later. So feel free to copy and paste later as well. Clinton, Oku, Gagan, Mayonnaise, welcome guys. Patrick, I saw the big news. Great, and what a blessing, a little girl, even though it may not seem that way later. It does seem like it at the moment. Yeah, absolutely. What an experience. And I see all the comments. Thanks, everyone. Colin, Jill, Samuel, Eugene, Yanis, Sam, Mayonnaise, William, Rowan, Legendario. Cheers, guys. Let me go to the chart as well so you see what I see. Whoa! Whoa, $100, maybe a band-aid. Congrats on the baby girl, man. So happy for you too. Yo, maybe a band-aid, everyone. He's a moderator, and I met him in America a couple of months ago. And geez, dude, holy moly, yo, save some money for yourself and your house. He's currently working on his house. Yo, this is the biggest single donation I've ever had, actually, or how do you call it here on YouTube? I don't know. Like gift on YouTube I've had, so that's incredible. Cheers, Jason. I appreciate you and my wife as well, and little girl as well. So yo, cheers, man. I appreciate it. That is amazing. That's insane. With the $100, we'll make sure to gather something nice, and I'll send you a photo in DM of whatever we get. Okay, that's a promise. I'll get back to you. Cheers, man. That's insane. Wow, what a start of the stream. Jeez. Legendario, Patrick. Cheers, Patrick. I'm following in your footsteps now. Of course, yours are a little bit older, but you know, it has to start somewhere, no? Bjorn, Charbel, thank you, Habibi, or Habibaldi. Dave, what's up? How you doing? Julio, Ben, nice to see you here, man. Cheers. By the way, Ben, I think Jeroen solved the membership thing, or basically answered your question that you had. Let me know if everything worked out. And yeah, couldn't join, please let me in. Oh, big data. Let me know your username, and then one of the mods, if you can put it in the team chat or something, we can check the banned list, because you might be in the banned list for having a new account. So we'll have to fix that. Christian, thank you. Tarun, of course. Ciao, Bel. Yohav, what's up? I'm back. Yeah, we're slowly going to go back into routine next week. Of course, it's Saturday now. Usually I don't update in the weekend, but obviously last week I was not there. So obviously today I like to go live. So bucks are generous of you. Yeah, very, very generous. Like maybe a Band-Aid, Jason, man. Thanks so much. That's incredible. And you'll expect a DM to come. Yeah. Oh, wait, here. BG or Zen. Okay, let me just copy this for a second. Problem solving, open Discord here. And I'm shortly, is this person in the ban list? He's in YouTube. Okay, there we go. Okay. My brother also had twins 2 weeks ago. Surely a lovely experience. Wow, twins, dude, like that must be hectic. Congratulations to your brother. We take it one step at a time, you know. We need USDT payments. Yeah, I know. Like people have been asking about that. It's not easy to implement that, actually. We have to do some AI magic in order to make something like that happen. That's Jeroen's department, though. Thank you, Benji. Appreciate it. Yes. Hey, so this is what we're going to do during the live stream, everyone. First of all, again, thanks for being here. And we're going to go through the previous price action first, or the past price action, and then get to the current price action and the analysis. I have updated a little bit before the live stream, but actually throughout the past couple of days, I have been actively analyzing the chart, and I just like to show you why the probabilities were the way they are as I was analyzing this chart. And I shared everything in Discord as well. Where is it? Got to find the channel here. So we can just scroll through it, and then I'll explain why the probabilities were the way they are. And basically, we were always looking for price to take out the low, as the probabilities were highest for price to take the low. But I'll explain a little bit about why that is. I kind of said it in the previous video as well, that we were looking for at least one more low, and then we'll wait and see. But I've been busy the past couple of days still, even though I was in the hospital and the baby girl was born. I was just updating here. So we'll run through this first, so hopefully that's a little bit educational as people understand the why. And also there were like certain setups that could have been taken here, so I'll explain those setups as well and what you can look for to be on the right side and not the wrong side. Now from a current Elliott Wave perspective, we'll get to in a bit more detail later, but very simply, this at the moment is counted as an impulse till proven otherwise. And that's basically the analysis without including the rest. We'll get to that. But in a nutshell, this is counted as an impulse till proven otherwise, which basically means you're looking for 1, 2, 1, 2. Go to the 1 hour time frame. So a 1, 2, 1, 2, arguably another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish 5. And then a corrective range. So in a nutshell, as long as price, and let's take the first two to be a bit more safe and pull it to the higher low here. As long as price is not moving to 101.1K, you're looking for price to move down in an impulse. So you have your 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you get your 3, and you're looking for 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish eventually an impulse to the downside. And the probabilities from an Elliott Wave point of view are not going to be different unless you hit 101. So that's basically the analysis in a nutshell. So probabilities would be highest to look for a corrective structure first. And if you move to 101.1, the probabilities change and you're going to be looking for price to move up and higher prices and areas of resistance. And then, of course, the opportunity is going to be, well, 5 wave move up, look for corrective move down. That's your trade. Okay, that is also, I like to slowly start talking a bit more about how one can approach Elliott Waves, as I get many questions about, Elliott Waves is a lot of theory. There's a lot going on, but how do you execute on Elliott waves? First of all, we're going to write a book about this, the Compendium 1. We're working on that, the first volume basically is, we're working hard on this, which is purely theory. And then number 2, book number 2 is going to be implementation, and book number 3 is going to be execution. So we're going to, it's going to take a couple of years, but we're going to get there eventually. But that is the high probability setup for a long. Wait for 5 up and then eventually 3 down. Not being afraid to miss the low and that sort of stuff, because missing the low, right, or people that long the lows, you might long the lows, which can, like this was a great long, bullish CVD on the monthly naked point of control. It's great, but you're not looking in a strong move down immediately for all-time highs first thing. You make another low, you get a solid bounce. That's a good trade, right? There wasn't really an opportunity for me actually at the low, but I'll explain in a little bit later. There were other opportunities here. And of course, then it is like, is the low in, is the low in, is the low in, is the low in? You need a good plan, right? So from an Elliott wave point of view, it's generally safest to wait for 5 up and then 3 down, and that's your opportunity. So in this live stream, so basically this is the local analysis in a nutshell, right? And that is without me covering diagonals. Of course, diagonals, the first move looks very much like a 5-waver compared to it being a 3-wave structure. We can force something in here though, as sometimes double zigzags can have the look and feel of an impulse. Of course, the other scenario is quite simply multi 1-2, and you just stack your 1-2s. Sure, there's a long 4 here. I'll go in detail later. And then you just have 1-2, 1-2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and you're gonna go down easily into the 80s. We are at support. Support is not a short zone. Make sure you trade safe, right? Trade safe, trade with a plan. We are currently, we're between support and resistance. We're just ranging. Price touched our area of support. First a little bit of a bounce here, but it failed, and now it's acting as resistance. So we're just ranging. We can have a look maybe on the 50-minute later, but we'll have a look later. The 50-minute, I don't really want to bother too much with the low time frame, but yeah. Whoa. What's this? 400? Gagan deep. What's this currency? Nonetheless, insane. Indeed, 07. Gaga, man, thanks so much for the 400. I don't know the currency, but the 400, the number is clear. So, guys, this is insane. I appreciate every one of you. You don't need to pay for content, of course, but it's free. That's why I'm here. But I appreciate your support. That's incredible, Gagandeep. Thanks so much. Jason, of course, earlier with the 100. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much, Gagandeep. That's incredible. Merci beaucoup. On peut parler français aussi. J'ai parlé français beaucoup dans l'hôpital. So, c'est bon pour moi. J'apprends le français. Parler avec le docteur et comme ça. So, my French is getting slowly better and better as I continue to talk French. But yo, Gagan, cheers, man. Appreciate it, dude. Very, very kind of you. Yes, I do, Lucas. Okay, so, Kelvin, félicitations pour la naissance de ton premier enfant. Je ne me souviens plus. Garçon ou fille? C'est une fille. C'est une fille. C'est une fille. It's a girl. It's a girl. Whatever it is, 4.7 USD. Thank you, Gagan. Really, really appreciate it, man. Every donation is incredibly welcome. So I don't know. Or is it 47? I don't know. Maybe will. Doesn't matter. 1 USD. Also good. Also good. I appreciate it nonetheless. Very, very appreciate it. Okay, let's get this started. Let's get the analysis started. We're gonna do what happened here the previous couple of days. Then we talk a little bit more detail about current price action. I just explained, if you just jumped in, I think about 5 minutes ago, I explained basically the analysis in a nutshell and the probabilities in a nutshell. So if you just want to come in, know the probabilities and go out, then basically jump back a few minutes, and then that's that. But I will cover everything from the all-time high. we might cover the weekly as well, and you know, chatting and Q&A comes after. So first, what happened, then analysis, and then we go into chatting as I just together with my wife got a little girl, and I have stuff to talk about, which is fun. So okay, let's get it started, shall we? So we go to the 1 hour time frame and we jump to a Sunday, or basically the previous weekend, which was this is basically Sunday. So my previous video, I don't know exactly, it must have been Friday, I guess. So I must have uploaded a video when price was somewhere here, somewhere here. I don't know exactly. So what we're going to do is go to my analysis of Friday. What was the date? What was the date? The date was Friday, the 7th of November. So we go to the 7th, and this is going to be a little bit of an educational bit. We're going to go through this quite quick, but it might be interesting for ones that are learning Elliott waves and how probabilities work, and also the setups that were there. So scroll up. We are here. This is the 7th. So this was the analysis in the video that I made on the 7th. I think I made a video on the 7th. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But in a nutshell, the probabilities were higher for price to move up. And we were looking for either a move up from the value area low, 99.8K, or a move up by taking out the low and then create a flat, A, B, and then AC to the upside into resistance, and then reject around resistance and then move down to take out the low. The probabilities were highest for a move back up in this range because of the following reason. Because of this low here, made around 6 p.m. Central European time on the 6th of November. Let me explain this on the live chart. So we had price moving down here. We're talking about this low. This is the reason, this one, that the probabilities were higher for a move back up. And that is why I was looking for a move back up, because, you know, probabilities. So you use Elliott waves to create a directional bias, and then you aim to execute in the direction of the directional bias. Thanks for all the support in the chat. And big data pre-sales, there you go. Thanks, maybe Band-Aid or Odin, Jeroen or Mark for getting you in there, or Adam. So we were looking for price to move up, and this is why. If you look at this move towards the downside, right, we quite clearly here, we have a corrective, or at least like there was the potential of a 5-wave move up, but of course 3-wave was definitely an option. But we get a move to the downside here, okay? And the question is this motive or is this corrective? Is this a 5-wave or a 3-wave in a nutshell? Price moves down, creates a low on a high amount of volume. And this is important. It's a sweet little trick. Without counting this in detail, because you don't need to, without counting this in detail, just look at the volume and it tells you enough. Highest volume in this low. Why does this matter? Well, if this move to the downside here is a motive wave, then we're looking for either an impulse, which is a 5-wave structure, a diagonal, or a multi-1-2, and then continuation down. In an impulse, the most common impulse, right, is an extended wave 3 impulse, which means that this move down has the highest volume. And then you want to see another wave 4 and another wave 5 on lower volume. That is by far most common. So preferably here, price continued, and then you create a 4 and a 5. At least one more, because arguably, if we want to count this as an impulse, you need a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then eventually 4, 5, 4, 5. You get a couple of 1-2s, typical motive wave, couple of 1-2s, you get a 3, couple of 4, 5s on decreasing volume, and then you turn around. Trend and turn methodology. It's very, very efficient. You don't need to count the detail, just look at the volume, which basically tells the story. However, wave 4 invalidation is the 0.618. Sure, in exact theory, there's no such thing as a wave 4 invalidation except for overlap with 1, but we like to use the 618. And Robert Prechter, I spoke to him about this in March, about the 618, and he has not seen the 618 as a wave 4 target. He never uses this as a target. He never spoke about it as a target. So basically very, very low probabilities. It's still a wave 4 if you touch the 618. Now price here moved towards the upside. If the highest volume is in the low, you're looking for a 3. So what you can do, and arguably this would be another 2. So actually what you can do here is take a Fibonacci from that high to the low and price touch the 618. You can take another Fibonacci here from this high to the same low, and you missed out on the 618 by a few dollars. Arguably, you're going to be like, well, we kind of like touched the 618. You didn't have to wait long because soon after it touched the 618 anyway. And that is the moment where a wave 4 goes out the window. But it also means that your multi-1-2 is out because the highest volume, 1-2-1-2-1-2-3, 4-5-4-5-4-5, also invalidated. So the only option you have left is a diagonal. Diagonals generally are not your highest probability scenarios, but the diagonal here doesn't work because this structure is the longest wave between a 1, a 3, and a 5. And in a contracting diagonal, by far most common, wave 5 should be shorter than wave 3, which is not the case. So a diagonal here doesn't work. Therefore, it means that the probabilities are higher that this move down is corrective. And because the probabilities are higher, this move down is corrective, you are, as a bare minimum, even when bearish, you are looking for a move up, a move down, and another move up. Because you cannot have a two-wave structure. There's no such thing as a two-wave structure. You need at least a three-wave structure for bears. So the minimum, what you like to see is an up, a down, and because probabilities are higher, this is corrective. You're always going to look for another leg up. And this is why the probabilities, this is basically what I explained here, but that is why the probabilities were higher to look for price to move back up. And you can give it labels, WXY, ABCs, multi-1-2s, whatever, it doesn't matter because your directional bias is up. You want to trade in the direction of the directional bias, look for areas of support, know your plan, your entries, and then you execute. So we were looking for either take out the low as a flat and move up, or find support here around 99.8, maybe a little lower, but then move towards the upside, okay? And then we'll just follow along, see what happens, no? Because you're on the right side, you can be patient and then patiently see what happens on the chart. So we got that move towards the upside, okay? Over here, price found support, eventually, moved towards the upside. So the directional bias played out. That is what we were looking for as well. Now then we have a couple of things here, scrolling. Of course, you can also see with the, with my drawing here, this is as price was moving to the upside here. We used the trend and turn methodology to get a bit of an idea of when the probabilities change to look for a move back down. So we have over here at the beginning, I'll show this on the live chart, we have some overlap, price is accelerating, we're waiting for more overlap, volume decreasing into resistance, and look for price to turn around. Trend and turn methodology, it's one of my Kunz theory methodologies. It's basically making Elliott waves extremely simplified to the degree it's not Elliott waves anymore because we don't use labeling anymore. So here in a nutshell, forget about this wick. I don't know what happened here, but if we use the average volume, you can see that volume actually increased. No, not that one. So here you can see the highest amount of volume on an average, like with the average, is here. That's what you like to see. So we have overlap, right? Overlap price action. We get acceleration here, which also creates a bit of a gap. Range 1, range 2. You can see a bit of a gap here, which is also what we like to see. Volume, average volume, moving up. Nice. We get a sharp move. So we have our overlap, right? Also sequence, sharp move up, and then eventually you get your overlap again on decreasing volume. Initially, this red peak here is a bit high, but you can see that the volume starts to decrease, moving into resistance. The high was made at 104, and the daily was at 103.9. So basically it wicked above, found resistance at the daily, and then declined. So when seeing this, it gives you a trend and turn trading opportunity. Price slows down, right? It starts to curve again. We like to use this as well. So we have the curvature of the move. It creates an S curve, right? It creates an S curve into resistance on decreasing volume. Trend and turn methodology in mind, the area of resistance becomes your short opportunity. It's not about the exact tippy top, right? But this is the opportunity, your stop loss somewhere safe, and then you expect price to turn around, and a minimum target to turn around is the 0.382. That's generally just a minimum retracement target anyway. So your minimum target would be at least a 382, and then depending on the structure and what happens, you know, you can manage accordingly depending on a personal plan, personal strategy. But that is basically my trend and turn methodology in a nutshell. So price moved towards the downside, of course, touch at least the 0.382. Very nice. So basically, here again, we were looking for two options, either go to higher resistance and turn around, or to lower resistance, right? It just depends on the speed of this move up. How far does it extend before it starts overlapping again? So cool, we go down, 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 down. This is basically all the same talk. All the same talk, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to scroll through here. This is area of resistance, multiple opportunities. I think I'll recall better instead of reading, which might not be the greatest content. So there was an opportunity here at the high, there was an opportunity here at the low. So now you're covering both sides, and it's about management. Of course, one can hold from here to higher, or you hold, wait, sell, look for a short, and then of course take profit. Price moves up, maybe stop loss break even hit, or you closed somewhere here. Price moves back towards the upside here into the 8-hour order block. So on the 8-hour time frame, we had this order block as an area of resistance. I only put this on my chart, of course, after the previous video. So 8-hour order block on the chart, area of resistance, and price here could not find a flip. Hit resistance, came back. It just didn't manage to flip this area, and then you know, price moved down. So that is basically, and I can scroll through. You can stop the live stream, of course, if you just wanna read. So yeah, probabilities were always bearish because as you will read there, if you stop it, this has to be a 5-wave move up. Now there is the potential maybe of counting a 5 here. It's a bit awkward, but there is a possibility. But you need in order to change probabilities for the bulls, you need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3-wave down. That's bullish. You look for price to move up. You're looking for a bigger move up. Touching the 886 over here lowers the probabilities for the bulls because the 886 increases probabilities to take the low. The 886 over here touched. So increases probabilities to move down at a later stage. Yeah, so that is your bias, and your bias only changes if you create a 5-wave up, which didn't happen. So naturally, your bias is going to be bearish till proven otherwise. And if you get a 5-wave move up, there's no worries that, oh, maybe you missed the move up, but that's fine because price is never going to go up in a straight line. Eventually, it's going to retrace, and that will be your opportunity to join. And I think a great example of this exact thing is what happened in the range between 73 and 49K. So here, price created a low. You can go back to my video on the 1st of May. We had an area of support here as well. This is a very messy low. But you don't necessarily need to try and snipe the low as price moved down on volume as well. You don't need to snipe the low. Yeah, sure, there's an area of support. But you can also wait for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Very clear impulse to the upside. Messy 3-wave corrective structure down. You're looking for price to move up. And then your entry is going to be in this zone. Yeah. And that is a high probability trade. For some, depending on your plan, for some, this is going to be a high risk trade. You can just trade support. Now, of course, in hindsight, price moved up here, so it's easy, right? Because now we're like, why wouldn't you trade here? Support resistance, just put stop loss down here and up, right? Easy. But maybe at the moment, you see this coming down and you're like, I'm not sure. I mean, you can go to my video because I explain why the probabilities are higher for price to move up after this mess at the low. So you can check the videos early May 2024 and you'll know why we were looking for price to move up. So of course there were entries to be taken, but a safe option is over here, and CBA trying to snipe the low. It's not about sniping highs or lows, it's about sniping probabilities. You enter, depending on your plan and strategy, you put a stop loss somewhere and you're looking for price to move up. That's the high probability setup. No? And at the moment, that is not something we see on the Bitcoin chart. That brings us to where we are at the moment. So the probabilities in the previous video as well were higher for price. So that's already a week ago, pretty much. Were higher for price, well, a week and 1 day. Higher for price to move down and take out that low till proven otherwise. Didn't happen, no? Now there's a few things we now keep an eye on. And we go back to what I said in the beginning of the live stream, as I will quickly pop out the chat here because I had to refresh. Thanks for all the Félicitations, by the way. Congrats. And so basically in a nutshell here, this is going to be counted as an impulse till proven otherwise. And that is because we have a steep move to the downside on increasing volume as well. Let me turn off the MA here. So you would count a 1, 2, 1, 2. You get a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I like to take the higher degree wave 2 to be a bit more safe with my 618. So the 618 is a little bit higher compared to using my 618 from the lower degree 2 over here, which is actually the one, if you count degrees, you would match this wave 2 with this wave 4. So this 618 is relevant for the wave 4. But I like to generally be a bit more safe, and if price can touch the higher 618, just add some more probabilities to your analysis that you are correct. That if price moves up here and touches 101K, then the probabilities decrease for another 4 and a 5, which is beneficial for the bulls. Basically, that's what bulls like to see, because the bulls don't want to see continuation motive wave structures to the downside. No, so that is the most important level locally, and the probabilities are higher to go down till proven otherwise. Now you are at the moment at support. Naturally, that's not a great area to short. This area here is support. We have a bit of support here as well, unless you have a local plan. Currently, you're at resistance, right? Support, turning potential resistance. Maybe there are some interesting CVDs, RSI, whatever. Right? It is weekend. I personally, during the weekend, like to be very patient and just let price do its thing and figure it out. I don't really bother too much with low time frames, to be honest. Naturally, there's shorts to be had, there's longs to be had. You are at support, sure. You know, there's a potential opportunity depending on your plan. Depending on your plan. So, not for me, though. Okay. So that's about that's basically it locally. There's nothing more to analyze here. Just it's an impulse till proven otherwise. It's the safest approach, right? It's an impulse to proven otherwise. Bulls need a 5 down, 5 up, 3 down. That's your long opportunity. Up you go. As long as you don't hit 101K and hit and create a 5 wave up followed by a 3 down, bias is bearish. Well, it's relatively simple, where you get a 5 down, arguably, like, you know, it's very much looks like a 5, of course. You get a 3 up. Now this is a long sideways range. If you want to count an impulse down here, it is a 1, 2, 3 sideways wave 4, 5. 4 is over 6 times the size of 2. Weekend price action, there's something to be said about weekend price action. It's slow. That could add to it taking a longer period of time. But naturally, your most bearish scenario is quite simply counting a multi-1-2. And you're in your third leg here, which is not extending too far. Right? Preferably, you get a bit of a 3. We'll see. You know, you need, like, and this is the thing for the bears. The bears are looking for a lot of wave 4s and 5s, which will take a lot of time. So we'll just follow up accordingly. Alternatively, you create a triple 1, 2. This would be most bearish actually. 1, 2, and here you get another 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Go up and then down. And that is your third 1, 2. Invalidation, this high. Yeah. We're not biased. Price can go up, price can go down, but this is quite simply probabilities. Touch the 618. We can consider maybe talking more bullish options, but at the moment, the bullish option arguably is a diagonal. The issue I have with the diagonal is this looks like a 5, but I do have the potential of counting a WXY here, where this is A, B, and a C, and this then also has to be an A, B, and a C. So that would be the bullish count, not invalidated. It is interesting. We are at support, and locally, I would actually like one more low, to be honest. If we follow the diagonal count here for a wave 4 and then a final 5, invalidation 89.9K. Wave 5 has to be a 3-wave zigzag family structure. And here I would then like to count a W, short X, and then you get a longer like ABC. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your A. Create a bit of a B and a C down. Mind you that if price is going to move to 101K, which is the 618 that I spoke about previously, it doesn't mean price just moves up. You can touch the 618, invalidate a wave 4, go down, take the low, finish wave C into support, and then go up. But it's more that the bias can turn in favor of bulls if you go that high. Sure, you can get another leg down, right? But it gives an opportunity because your bias is like, well, we get a move down, but bias would be to creating a move up after. So that would be interesting, but it requires a lot of patience. So at the moment, it makes more sense to look for price to move down. I mean, either in a multi 1-2, you create a 4 and a 5, and then maybe more 4 5s. I'll be more active on YouTube again now that we are home, so the routine and my schedule will slowly go back to normal. With the updates. But here you're looking for wave 4s and 5s, and here in a more bullish case, where if we would consider the diagonal, which is a bullish scenario, and you're looking for a bounce to the upside, it would actually still be nice to make another low for the 5. If we don't, then what I like to see is a 5 up. That's your invalidation, by the way. If price can move above 107, that would be great, because it would be, you're going to invalidate a multi 1-2 basically. And also your diagonal is then finished. But then 5 down, 3 up, guys, this is the opportunity, right? For bulls. You don't need to try and snipe high or snipe highs and snipe lows. It's about probabilities. No? Sniping highs and lows, if you have a clear plan, like I know that maybe a Band-Aid, Jason, he has a great plan of being able to snipe highs and lows because he's experienced with the tools he uses. I know that I am generally not very good at sniping highs and lows unless I use certain, like for example, TNT, the trend and turn methodology, can create, like over here, a quite snipey entry, right? So interesting. But I am generally quite a patient person, I suppose. So it's also about character. It's about the tools you use. But also here, if we look for a wave 5, getting another low for a WX and a bit of a longer Y would be interesting. Maybe we can finish something at the low here. I don't know. I'm not bothered by the lower time frames. Show me strength, and I happily look for price to move up. And at the moment, there's no strength. We are at support. So sure, not a short opportunity. Shorts are taken here. Shorts are taken here. Shorts are taken here. My video on start of October, we were talking about price going down, either in a wave C at the time or a wave 4. Your directional bias is the same. You're looking for shorts at the high. And then it's about management. And then you'll see, is it a 4 or is it a C? It doesn't matter because your directional bias is the same. So your trade is the same. Your execution is the same. It's only that your management is different. Here we're at support. Maybe you're going to have a local opportunity according to your plan. At the moment, I see BA doing anything locally here. It's too fresh, too young. Sure, we are at support, but we also moved into support on quite a bit of volume. The highest 1 hour peak is here on my chart, so arguably this is a little bit lower. But yeah, I mean, I just came home as well from the hospital yesterday with the new kiddo. My first little daughter being born. So I'm not too interested in doing low time frame stuff. So I keep an eye on the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily. So that is basically it, guys. That's basically it with regards to the analysis and the probabilities, and also how probabilities change. And yeah, so voila, no? Voila. Let me have a quick look here, because of course stuff happened. I think I was here. Move on. I mean, I don't analyze the 1 minute. The 1 minute is not interesting from an Elliott Wave point of view. Things change very, very quickly as well on the 1 minute time frame. Like, you can do analysis on the 1 minute, and then 5 minutes later it's invalidated, or it played out. It's just very, like, very, very messy, very noisy as well. So it's not a time frame I like to analyze, to be honest. Like, I would definitely recommend, if you like low time frames and you like Elliott waves, I would recommend 15 minutes as the lowest time frame. Otherwise, I mainly recommend 1 hour time. Like, the 1 hour is arguably one of my most favorite time frames. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, those are really good. We could actually have a quick look shortly on the weekly. So on the weekly, where is it? Simplified. Doesn't change at the moment for me. These are the three previous bull markets on the Coinbase chart. Sure, there is of course more history, but it doesn't matter. It's the same pattern on repeat. Overlap, right? Here you go, right? So trend and turn, TNT, methodology, OSO, overlap. Yeah, the volume on such, I mean, I can have the volume if I zoom in, but you have overlap, sharp move on increasing volume, creates a bit of a gap, and you end with overlap. You get a bit of a blow off top, but you realize that the end is coming. I can include this bit here as well as a 1-2, and this as a final 4-5, but inside the 3, overlap, sharp increasing volume, overlap, turn around. And then we get to the current bull market. Well, we'll see what happens, though, but overlap, sharp, overlap. Interesting. Where is the highest volume? Here. We'll see if price can make another all-time high or not. To me, it doesn't matter, because bottom line, in a bull market, it's been quite a ride, 600%. And the local price action will give us a good idea of what to expect. So we'll see what happens here, which is why I cover the price action mainly after the all-time high, because this is most interesting at the moment. And based on this price action, we'll know if there's going to be continuation. And if the probabilities are higher for price to move up, and this is going to be corrective or maybe a finished impulse for a large C, expanded flat or something, but we'll be able to figure out the probabilities, look for the opportunities to the upside, 5 wave up on the 1 hour, 3 wave down on the 1 hour, long opportunity on the 1 hour, and you can get yourself the potential of a swing. Right? But yeah. Okay, interesting. Okay. The 1 minute is wild. I agree. Cheers, big data. Last move 105 to 94. No, so I would prefer another B and C, to be honest, to get another low. It just looks a little bit nicer. So you have a clear like A, B, and a C. That would be your W. You get an X over here, and then you would get another like an A, B, and a C. It's not very nice to count this as a B, C. B is quite short as well. So if corrective, I would preferably actually get another B and another C. So that would still lead to another low. But that's the same as counting an impulse to the downside. Thank you, Noob Gecko. I appreciate your message, man. I gotta say, being a dad so far is incredible. I love it. I love it. Like it's been an amazing experience. I'll go into storytelling shortly. Just going through the comments here. Julian, what's up? Scalper's Paradise all week. If you did intraday, yeah, I mean, there's always opportunities to be had, especially on the lower time frames. Absolutely, and it was nice. I mean, the price action in this range wasn't too shabby here, to be honest. It was quite neat. We even had trend and turn opportunities. I know that in the lounge, the members elite, there was a opportunity here. It's the same, guys. Like, just put it on repeat. Put it in. Remember, right? So price here comes down. Sure, this is on high volume here, but you create another low, decreasing volume. I forgot the support we had here. Was it the weekly point of control? I believe we had over here, and then price moved up over here into resistance, which was the 4-hour order block. Was it the 4-hour order block here? Yeah, the 4-hour order block. And the scenario is the same. No, the scenario is, and then by the way, there was more as well. So you have over here, you get this up into resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get another one, increasing volume, another low, decreasing volume. Price turns around. Definitely opportunities to be had on the 15 in that case. No? So it can absolutely work. Let me put on my folders here. Hopla. We heard the baby. Yeah, I got it. She's very calm, very calm. Like, we're very lucky. But I'll chat in a second. California. Thanks, Yelin. A girl as well. They are the best. I mean, I don't have experience with a boy. I do have 2 brothers, but that doesn't count. But yeah, very, very happy to be a girl dad. I really enjoy having a baby girl. Is BTC updating members? Yes. The Bitcoin updates like that is just entry, and then there's more stuff going on in Elite, but you'll find it in on the membership page, which is description, link tree, I guess, and then memberships, and you'll find the page where we explain the things. Could I ask, when one looks at a corrective structure, and you have 2 ways, what proportion should one consider for a similar to your first move? So if you have a first leg up, and then you get another leg down, and you're looking for a reversal, your generally first area of interest is going to be the similar size, or you're expecting a bit of a similar move compared to the first leg. That is commonly a minimum target. So you can take a trend-based fib from the start to the end of the first move, to the low here, and you're looking for price to move around like a 1-to-1-ish. No? However, the reason I was considering a potential WXY here, so if this is a W zigzag, and you have an X down here, because we know this is corrective, as explained at the beginning of the live stream, you can get a wave Y flat, A, B, C. Now this wave B, it looks like a bit of a 5, but still, an A, B, C would finish here, because a wave Y doesn't need to take out W. So that is why in the update section on Discord, I was talking about the potential of another reversal before taking out that high. Wait 1 second, go up. Yes, that's, yeah, here. So this here. This is your WXY, W, potential zigzag, you get an X, and then an A, B, and then a C up into resistance and reverse here without taking out the high. So this is something I kept in mind, but you're just expecting another leg up that is just around like a similar size, at least a solid move. It could have ended here with a WXY, but of course price continued, which is absolutely fine. Thanks, Yaniv. By the way, Yaniv, guys, I got a lot of DMs as well. Thank you. At least I guess what's in the DMs. I actually haven't really checked DMs. Can I? Yeah. You can see like I got quite some DMs over here. I still have to go through them. I think most of them are related to the kiddo. So I'll have to reply. I also have over 300 comments on the previous YouTube video, which I have to reply to. I still have WhatsApp messages to reply to and whatnot. Even got even an email from Robert Prechter. So I have to reply to him as well still, actually, about the baby. So yeah, I got some replying to do in the upcoming week. I'll get to it. Your streaming setup broke. Yeah, I had to refresh quickly just now, but it should work. This move, could be 3 weeks. This move could be in 3 weeks. 74K, I hope in 2 weeks. I think that's too quick. I don't see that happen at the moment. 74K in 2 weeks. Even if you go down as an impulse, that would be very quick. If you want to go down that far, then this 3 has to extend now. Like if in like your bearish scenario, a couple of wave 4s and 5s, this is going to take a long time. It's not going to be 2 weeks, I think, till you're like, no. 3 is quite short as well. You know, if this would be 3 and you're starting in your 4 or 5s now, this is going to take time, just like here. So there's no way you're going to go down to 74K in 2 weeks. If you get a 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 1, and then a 2, then 2 weeks, I think that's going to be tight as well. You have your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You need a 4, 5, 4, 5, right? This is going to take a couple of days. Then you need another 2 to the upside, for example, right? So this is going to take some time. And then you still need a 3 down. So no, I don't see 74K in 2 weeks. You know, happy to be wrong. Add some more fear to, I think the fear and greed index is already very low, not like 10 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't see that happen in such a short amount of time. The 3 weeks would also still be tight. Even if you do go down that far, it's very bearish, actually, 74K, of course, but I don't see it in the time at the moment. At least 3 weeks gives you a bit more flexibility, but it's way too early to call 74K or those type of things with the price action we have now. Of course, the thing is that I'm a very neutral guy. You know, the chart tells the story. Just follow the chart and everything falls into place. I'm not super bullish. I'm not super bearish. Honestly, I can't care if price goes to 200K or goes to 50K, like CBA. The local price action tells the story. We just manage accordingly and play the game. But if people are shouting extraordinary high targets or low targets, I generally recommend just unsubscribing, because you don't want that emotion or that influence sent to you, right? Like those type of things. I think it does more hurt than it does good. I saw I'm in a big WhatsApp group with many content creators. I'm very inactive there, but I do keep an eye on what's written. And the Moon and Daniel, chart champions, are in there as well. And I saw that Daniel tweeted, he didn't post it in the WhatsApp group, but it's funny because we're all in the same group. And he tweeted messages from the Moon where I don't know what it was about altcoins, I think. And yeah, it didn't really play out. But of course, like some creators focus a lot on emotion, right? Oh, this is gonna, we're gonna up now. We're gonna go down to 10K. Bitcoin is finished. Bitcoin still goes to 200K. Follow the red dot. Follow the green dot. Oh, we're still at the yellow dots, and we still need to get orange and then red, and there's no FOMO yet, and whatnot, and what, you know, like press unsubscribe. Follow creators, and there's I bet there's plenty online. Benjamin Cowan is one of, like, I really like his approach. He's a calm guy. He just looks at the chart. He looks at statistics and data, and that's it. You know, like, he's a very down to earth kind of guy. He's not bullish, not bearish. He has a good hat on, so to speak. Just does his thing, and that's it. And I don't recommend all the hype stuff. So 74K, maybe. 200K, maybe. But honestly, who cares? Because with the price action you have here, if you have not managed accordingly anyway, like, I've been like, and look, everyone is wrong or right, but luckily on this channel, we're a lot more right than we are wrong. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, here at the tippy toppy, you can go to my content on the 29th of September. We were looking for price to go down. And the move down can be a 4, and you look for a 5, sure, or a C. But you're going to manage it accordingly anyway. And then price moves down in a 5, gets a very messy move up, like slowly but surely, you know, like Yeah, you got to at least consider the potential of price to move down further. And if price is going to show us strength, we'll be going up. We'll be looking for price to move up. Give me 5 up, give me 3 down, opportunity, and go. No need to snipe the low. If I can snipe the low based on the strategies and the plans that I have, you know, I'll try, but just be patient. So we'll just wait and see what price gives. Some people say this cycle is a super cycle and we continue going up for a couple of years. Other people say it's finished. I mean, who cares? Who cares? Just play the game. Play the game. Yeah. See it as a game. You know, play the game. Unsubscribe to all of the emotional bullshit online. Get off crypto Twitter. It's not helping you. Follow other stuff. Right. Can you do higher time? Oh yeah, I did earlier. So in a nutshell, just with the Elliott Wave or the Kuhn's theory, basically. So yeah, on the weekly again, I don't want to make it complex. Basically, it's like this. So this is what I had on my chart. Maybe you're gonna get another move up, maybe not, but it doesn't matter because from an simplified like Kuhn's theory, this is trend and turn methodology. Of course, there's Elliott waves in here where you have your bunch of 1-2s, you get your 3, you're looking for a bunch of 4-5s. Of course, your wave 5 can create a blow off top, or it doesn't. Is this considered a bear market? I don't know. Well, price goes up and then you get the real bear market. If price would do the same here, is this considered bear market before you might go up, take the high, and then the real one starts? Well, I mean, terminology, I also don't care about terminology, bull market, bear market, who cares? You can go both ways, you know, as long as you do your analysis, stick to the plan. So overlap, sharp, overlap, highest amount of volume is over here. Price moves up, decreasing volume. It's a very, very, very typical trend and turn methodology setup here, which locally has played out. I mean, I can show countless of these type of setups. Wait, I hear. Yo, thanks. Wait, a member. Oh, hey, that is Mr. Beerabit, Wide Rabbit Trading. That's his YouTube channel. Very, very unique style of analysis. Make sure to check him out. Beerabit, man. Appreciate you gifting to the channel. And it seems like Odin, I don't know what he did, but moderators, moderators are being gifted. Yeah, what's up, Odin? How you doing, man? Cheers, Beerbit. Appreciate it, dude. Also appreciate your message, of course, in Discord with regards to the kiddo. So thanks, man. Dave Digital, J Trades. Don't know how to pronounce that, but welcome, Noob Gecko, as well. What's up, guys? Thanks for the support, Odin. I'm new here. Where signals? I know, right? So yeah, this is basically just my high time frame analysis. No need to go into great detail. We'll follow the lower time frames and find the opportunities here, and then we'll be able to hold on, of course, for a potential bigger move. That's basically what we're doing. Wait, did I just move my chart? Wait, what's happening here? Why is my live stream having a double? Is my live stream bugged? Wait, let me check my own stream here. Did I make? Yes. Okay. Wait 1 second. Let me try. Ooh. Okay. 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 Wait. This works. There we go. No. Now do this and do. Whoa, screen capture plus laptop sound. Move this up again. There we go. Okay, I think we're good, guys. Sorry for that. You know, I'm an amateur. You know, I make content, but you know, I'm an analyst. So, also, by the way, talking about content, a lot of people in the WhatsApp group, like content creators on YouTube that are creating crypto-related content, a lot of people are getting problems with YouTube. So a lot of strikes are coming in and those type of things. So it's, I don't know, of course, what YouTube is doing with regards to crypto content, but yeah, on the channel, like, of course, it's just analysis. Everyone does their own thing. There's no financial advice. And I think the best approach is for me as a channel that hopefully doesn't get strikes. I've never had them. It's just like, I'm an analyst and that's that. I think that's probably the best way to position yourself on a public platform that controls everything. The moment you go into trading, trader, that sort of stuff, I guess it can get quite fishy. Many people have problems with those words and getting strikes and whatnot. So falling wedge is considered, and we did it. Thanks, Divine Hood. Appreciate it. Crypto Gardenist. Yeah, I actually do sleep well. Like the kid, like she sleeps incredibly well. I haven't yet really gone into story time. Where have you wave 5? Can this be a wave 3 and an expanding ending? I wouldn't look at expanding diagonals, as these are very rare. So consider and also it's not even possible actually. The only possibility here at the moment is contracting a diagonal. The reason an expanding doesn't work is because your 4 is shorter than your 2, which is not allowed. So yeah, can only be contracting. Shorts pays the bills. What's up, Tom T? Mind-blowing hub. Mind-blowing hub. I was wondering, what about an ABC down as the all-time high with the C being expanded? Yeah, so I do consider an ABC being an A, B, and then a diagonal. So 3, 3. But then I need another 3, 3, and a 3. So you're still looking for a lower. You get a 3 wave up and then another move down. The bulls are really looking to take out 107.5. Right? That's basically what they're looking for. So then you can create a bit of a diagonal here. And then this is your A, B, and you get an ending diagonal C, and then you turn around. It's absolutely a possibility. But it's a little bit early for the diagonal. You only have a 1, 2, and I mean, arguably your 3 is not even finished. You need a 4 and a 5. And generally with diagonals, I like to wait for the 4 before I really start considering a diagonal. So, yeah, your screen is broken. Yeah, I figured it out too late, but hey, we fixed it. Cheers, guys. Shoyo, what's up? Ice Cubes lady. Yeah, thanks. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good on the other side of the world. I guess you're back in Canada. I mean, you were planning, I'm not sure if you went, but to go to Europe and such. But, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. We're at the bottom if your channel... Wait, we are at the bottom if your channel now. Not too sure what you mean, mayonnaise. But a channel, is there a channel? Did I have a... I don't have a channel on my chart. Maybe you mean this one here. But this channel was only relevant for a wave 4 and a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want wave 4 to touch the upper trend line of a channel taken from the end of 1 to the end of 3, to then the end of 2. But of course, now we took out the low over here, so this channel is removed as the invalidation over here is irrelevant. So the channel is irrelevant now. Yo, what's up, No Choke? I'm doing good, thanks. I will chat a little bit towards the end of the live stream about the kiddo. I think I should do that very soon. Your OBS is weird. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm a amateur content creator. I won't do other charts at the moment. Oh, this sometimes happens. I don't know why exactly. Let me quickly refresh this. No worries, guys. I'm still online. I have experience. That counts, at least, I suppose. So, bloop, there we are. There we are. Whoops, okay. Yeah, so I don't really want to go into other charts at the moment because I'm live now for 1 hour and it's time for me to slowly wrap things up and go have some food with the wife, and probably the kiddo is sleeping. She sleeps incredibly well. Not easy. Yeah, it's gonna be a great journey though. What's up, Messi? How you doing? At 10, cycle low. Yeah, it's quite incredible, right? At 10, that's insane. Cheers, Beerbit, and appreciate the gift again, man. Nutrition Trader, welcome. Also, welcome, Kirk Miller. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I will check Discord again, probably later or tomorrow. Yeah, but it's also certain words. It's not just no financial advice, because that's, I have it in the description and stuff. It's also certain words that are related to trading, or things that have to do with buy now or sell now or trader, trading. It can be tricky with the AI algorithm of YouTube. While terms like analyst, Elliott Wave analysis, opportunity, those don't really get flagged. So that helps. What's up, Daniel? From the weekly time frame, if we go lower from here, the bull market is over. I mean, in theory, if you want to really get into theory, like 74K would be like problem for the bull market. Would be quite interesting, of course, to move down that far. Like like a reason I don't really like talking too much about the higher time frame as well. So if you move below 74, your bullish scenario is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC flat, and up you go, continue. So that's your bullish scenario. Your bearish scenario is that you have a multi 1, 2, a 3, multi 4, 5, top is in, and you're going to do this. You can still take out 74. You move up, there's going to be a wave B or a wave X or whatever correction, and then you continue down into another leg at least. The short-term price action in both the bull and bearish scenario is the same, where preferably you then get a larger impulse down. You wait for the impulse to move into 4-5s, trend and turn opportunity, go back up. Either price continues, and this was a wave C, or this is a wave 1 or A, corrective B, and then down you go. The trading-wise is the same. It's no different. It's just, of course, the terminology, bull-bear market, is going to be different. But I know about the 55 weekly EMA. I actually got this here now. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have a lot of experience with the MA cross the 50 and the 200. But I put it on my chart as I don't know, I spoke about it not too long ago, not in the content actually. I was making some photos and screenshots and chatting online. So if 2 weekly candles close below a weekly, the 50, the red line, the probabilities are high for a bear market. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's kind of like the thing that's doing its round. So I was like, okay, like it's interesting. So here, of course, 2 weekly candles close below, retest, price continues down. We close some candles below, price shortly moves above, but then we get another drop. Here we find support. We close candles below, and then poof, retest, and down we go. Yes, correct. Okay. So the two weekly. So currently over here, this would be the first week. I mean, I don't before the end of tomorrow, Sunday, I don't really see this candle be like close back up here. So this would be one. And we'll see what next week does. And you can imagine, and from a psychology point of view, this would be actually very interesting, because this is such a known method. Even though I don't really use this, so it's not very known to me. But I guess in general, this is quite easy to use as just follow the EMAs and trade the EMAs. If we can close a candle here, and then you're welcome, dude, and close another candle below the 50-week. MA, people are going to be very bearish, but that might exactly create the liquidity to get the bounce. So you basically get a fake out of the general narrative, where people are like 2 times below, 2 weekly closes below the MA, bear market. It can, of course, it can happen again, but you also can. You're also like thinking like, well, if I was a market maker, and this happened a couple of cycles in a row, how interesting would it be to get 2 weekly closes below here and then turn it around? Everyone here, very bearish. Probably by then your greed and fear index is at 1 or 0. And then up we go. And everyone here is missing out. I mean, it would be quite interesting, no? From a psychology perspective. It's not really, we're not really analyzing here with Elliott Waves. It's just purely thinking in such a way that, like, things can change, you know. Price like rhymes, it doesn't need to repeat. So it's an interesting consideration. But then again, I like to focus on the local analysis, local time frame. So last Friday you said it would invalidate the impulse to the downside, but now it's 101. That's a good question. So again, the impulse down didn't mean another, you can't get another low because of the diagonal, right? So if this is a 3, you move up, touch 106. For a wave 5, you're still looking for another low, right? This has to be a 3-wave corrective structure, which it was, which it created. I at the beginning of the live stream, I explained how I analyzed this bit here. So, you know, that's the detail. But of course here, this would then be 3, you move up, you get another leg down, take out the low. So your directional bias is the same. It is bearish till proven otherwise, as per the beginning of the live stream as well. And the content last week as well, where the probabilities were higher to still take out the low, unless you get a 5 up and then 3 down, and that's your long opportunity. But we didn't get it. So in the previous content, I'm actually not sure if I still showed the multi-1-2. So I always had this one on my chart. You will find the multi-1-2 on my chart in maybe content before the Friday, the previous video. But there was always the potential of a multi-1-2. It's just that the second one here has a very long wave 4. Right? So preferably, if we want to count another one, what I would have loved to see is get a wave 1, 2, 3, get another 4 and 5. And then finish wave 1 here at this low. That would have been ideal, because this range is over 6 times the size in time, or about 6 times the size in time, so horizontal, compared to wave 2 over here. And a wave 4 that is about 6 times the size of 2s is not a common occurrence. Now there is weekend price action here, Saturday and Sunday, arguably that can be taken into account, but still it doesn't happen often that a 4 is 6 times the size of a wave 2. So this is why the preferably bearish scenario was going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and wave 4 does not move up to 106. Now, of course, then I had my hospital stuff with the kiddo being born, price moves up, touches 106. You're still not bullish, because you're still considering another leg down even for a diagonal, and you're only bullish if you get a 5 up and a 3 down, which we didn't get, of course. Moved into the 8-hour order block, price moves down, and we get an impulse to the downside. And at this moment in time, even in a diagonal, right, or a multi-1-2, your like how can I explain this? Your directional bias is not different. It doesn't change. Like, you know that your most bearish scenario now, as price moved up to touch 106, you would need to finish, if this is an impulse, you need to finish it here, and you have to accept the fact wave 4 is 6 times the size of 2. This is just your bearish scenario. You always need a bullish and a bearish scenario. This is your bearish scenario. So we have to accept this being 6 times longer than this. Time is not an invalidation. It just impacts probabilities. So price moved up. We move wave 1 over here, right? And that's your bearish scenario. This is then another 2, and then eventually down you go. While your bullish scenario becomes the diagonal. In both cases, you were looking for another low. So the directional bias is the same. But now, as price here moves down, this currently looks quite like an impulse. You have a bit of a range in the beginning. You get a sharp move down, and you could get some ranging over here, trend and turn methodology. If we are looking for an impulse down, or at least as this over here currently looks like an impulse, we have to consider a multi-1-2, and the invalidation for wave 4 would be 101K. I'm on log, so there you go, 101K. If price can move up, touch 101K, that would be good for bulls. But that would be going up now, not creating a range here and another low. So low in, up you go, touch 101. That's at least positive for bulls. Doesn't mean you can't go down, because you have a WXA, B, touch 101 maybe, go down, C, create a low, and then move up. It's just that your bias is changing. So now that price moved down over here, or I should say different, as price moved up to touch 106, You're considering the diagonal to take the low. And in a bearish case, this is now your 1. You accept wave 4 being 6 times longer. But your bias is the same. It's just that your management is different, but the trade is the same. Right? And now that price here locally, without looking at all of this, irrelevant, locally over here, we can see a potential impulse. 1 2s, 3, potential for 4 5s. Well, in that case, we put the 618 on the chart, invalidates wave 4. If touched, we're not looking at an impulse to the downside here, but likely something corrective. But you need to go to 101. So the bearish scenario preferably gets invalidated. Go to 101. You can put your bullish hat on. Doesn't mean you can't move down once more to get B in, get a high volume C into support, grab the liquidity, and then reverse. But you know, so that is the story. That's the story. Hopefully you understand. Oh, the larger time frame channel. Yeah, on the weekly time frame. Yeah, the base channel probably. Yo, Ship, how you doing, man? Give my greetings to Bitcoin Census. I probably do need to coach him a little bit because his Elliott Waves is still beginner level, but at least he's practicing, so that is good. But I do often spot mistakes, so need to talk to him. Need to talk to Andy. But yeah, give him my greetings and thanks for being here, Dave, you lurker. What do you think of Bitcoin dominance? Yeah, I mean, but it's I don't really want to go into other charts as I kind of have to wrap things up. But we can do that next time. Like I'll be live next week here for sure. Do you see Wyckoff? I don't use Wyckoff myself. To go below, yeah, okay. Weekly time frame counting. I do cover the weekly earlier. I don't want to go into the exact detail at the moment with the weekly. This is quite simply previous cycles in a nutshell, current cycle in a nutshell. So yeah, sure, maybe you go up again, maybe you reach 200K, maybe you don't. But this looks very similar to previous cycles. So and in a nutshell, you would basically count a couple 1 2s, a 3, a couple of wave 4s and 5s, end the cycle, get a bear market, and then do it all over again. And this last leg up, of course, sure, this can extend. Right? So just like you had 2 years ago, you can get an extended blow off top. So you see the same over here. Overlap, gap, high volume. You get overlap here once more with the wave 4s. Wave 4s are shorter in time each time, important. And you get a bit of a blow off top, and then you get the bear market. Sure, you could get a blow off top, and you can get an extension, but still you're going to be looking at a final move, basically. So, how deep can we go? Lowest 75. I'll probably just look at it like level to level. So if I look at the levels, yeah, the high time frame point of control didn't really do anything. Only on a lower time frame there was a bounce, but these are the levels I have on my chart. There is some support. I can hear the little kiddo is awake again, getting a nappy change, I'm sure. So 85.7K, there is a value area low here. And, you know, it's quite close to other support levels here. But, yeah, like currently we're here at support. There's a daily here, 91.6. There's not much going on here. So that's, of course, quite dangerous. And if price goes down, then you're going to move into the 80s. Yeah, so. And if you move below 89K, you invalidate the diagonal as well, by the way. Thank you, the voice of Pi. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap things up. Wait, if this is the high, oh, Albert, it's probably like 50K, 60K, that area. I made a video already a long time ago. You'll find it in my high time frame playlist. I made a video on the high time frame. I think it's the second video in the playlist where I covered that, like the question you asked. I'm not going to go into altcoin charts because I'll be here forever. I'm going to wrap things up. I've been online for almost 1.5 hours. So short storytelling though. Last week there was little content. I'll just go full screen as well because got a little daughter. got a kid, baby girl. Mom is doing great. Daughter is amazing. So far, she's giving us quite an easy time, to be honest. She's not crying a lot. She doesn't really like nappy changes or the bath, but otherwise, she's sleeping incredibly well. She can easily sleep 3, 4, 5 hours. Sometimes in the first week, we had to wake her up to get back to birth weight. As she gets born, weight goes down and then back up. So you have to go into feeding every couple of hours. But yeah, she can easily sleep multiple hours, no problem. She's very calm baby. So luxury for us. And yeah, she's doing incredibly well. Very curious at the moment, looking around and observing things, which is great. And mom is doing really good as well, recovering well, needs to take more rest. She is an active type, but I have to sometimes sit her down and just take a little bit more time, make sure she rests well. So yeah, it was a great experience. We were in the hospital for a couple of days, which is usual practice here in France. So no problems, it's just normal, but it definitely helped to learn more about how to do certain things, as basically the staff there, the midwives and everyone is basically a coach, and they're coaching you on how to do certain things and the approach and this and that and how to clean the eyes and the nose and the products you need. And we were well prepared, but it definitely helped and made us very confident in how we can, how we approach things once we're home. So very, very good. And yeah, everything just went very well, and now she's home, and she's being very easy on us with regards to the nights. So she sleeps well, which kind of means that we sleep well. Sometimes she likes to be awake a little bit after feeding, nappy change, and then nappy, feed, and then go to bed. Sometimes she likes to be awake a little bit. But then most of the time I hold her, wife goes to sleep, and then once the kiddo sleeps, I'll put her in a sleeping place. So she's doing very well. So the newest family member, where I thought I had my no, it's not here. We have a new family member. Who knows? Maybe one day she's going to be an analyst herself. I don't know. We will not push her in any direction. She will have her own interests, and she has to do what she wants to do now. So yeah, we have a. It's an incredible experience, having this little kid, and yeah, it's a really fun experience as well. So we're enjoying it. But yeah, maybe more story time next time. It's time for me to wrap things up. Dinner time as well. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here during the live stream on the Saturday. And most likely Monday is going to be the next content opportunity. The next piece of content I'll put online is likely going to be Monday, as I slowly start to go back into my rhythm and trying to combine parenting now with everything that's going on here. So yeah, 2 daughters. Congrats, Messi. Yeah, it's incredible. I love it. I love to have a baby girl. I grew up with brothers, and if I had a choice, sure, you want your kid to be healthy, but I always said if I have a choice, I'd love to at least have the opportunity to have a girl. And we are gifted one, so amazing times. But thanks everyone for watching, and if there's any questions, just comment, go into Discord, ask me, and I'll keep an eye out for those questions. So thanks for being here, and I'm gonna catch you at the next one. Cheers.